What is going on, everyone? Thank you for coming back once again to Coast Comics. Yo, this is the place to be every time. This is prime time. Every Saturday, 8 o'clock. Yo, I'm your boy Roderican. As always, we have Jeffrey Comic Hand Henson in the house. Jeffrey, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good, doing well. How about yourself? You enjoying the day?
Yeah, I'm having a good day. I've seen the wifey, and we spend a few minutes or a couple hours, should I say? But you know what? We're it's a good day. It's a good day, should I say?
Nice. That's
I
always
was
good.
babysitting kids today, man.
Oh,
Man.
oh. Well,
Oh man.
I think that makes for a good day any day, right?
It's all right, man. But as always, man, for the second time, I believe we have Van Rangian Vigilante Thurston from across the pond.
Let's
My
try it.
brother, how are you doing?
Well. I took a nap in the afternoon. It's 2 a.m. here. I have my coffee Dracula. So I got my coffee and
Nice.
I'm ready to rock the night.
Nice. It's to rock the night, and I love that.
Yeah,
I
in my
love
20s, I got late on Saturday nights, and now in my 30s, I'm sitting here.
Yeah. Well, that happens to the best of us, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
pretty awesome, man. I want to thank you so much for especially you in different time zone coming out, hanging out with us. You know what? But it's a couple people in the house. They want to say hello. So Jeff, if you want to say hello to those people that are here.
Yeah, for sure. We got Magic Lasso. What's going on? First in the building tonight. How are? Oh, wait a minute. Let me check, man. Live chat, top chat. Always gets me. Magic Lasso. Yes. Z Collects. Thank you guys. Fuchsia. What's up, Fuchsia? Good to see you. Puff. What's up, Stay Puff? Sean. Good to see you today. How are you, my friend? Z Collects. How are you doing? Oh, we got Edwin, the comic jabroni. He says, "What's up, Rod, Jeff, Rangian Vigilante? Good to see you, Edwin. Hope you're doing well today." James Gallegos, what's up, James? Good to see you. Justice for Comics, what's up? Good to see you, Justice. How are you guys doing today? Poor Mike, what's up? Poor Mike, good to see you. Joe4771, what's up, Joe? Good to see you. I think I forgot a 7.
Nice. Man, guys, I'll be completely honest with you. I woke up today. I was babysitting kids, and next thing you know, I was like, I gotta get this show on the road. I gotta make this show good. But you know what? I'm so far behind. But I hope everyone in the chat got your questions. Bring the questions, whatever you want to talk about. That's what we're gonna do. Bring questions. If you want to jump on the show, let us know because you know what? It's gonna be off the rails tonight because
Off the rails.
I'm not really prepared. I'll be completely honest. You know what? Because we're gonna talk about some indie books. We're gonna talk about, there's an Indiegogo.
Coastline, a shoreline at the coast.
There's especially I need to mention there's an Indiegogo book that Thurston mentioned to me.
Oh, it's not on Go.
Well, it was the barbarian ship.
Yeah, but it's a regular from Diamond. It's a Spanish publisher. But yeah, fun story. It's I was just sitting there and then was googling for Barbara the Barbarian since this was an adult movie from 1984 that I was looking for, and suddenly a comic pops up, and I'm like, well, that's also fine. So I checked it out and was like, oh, that's gonna be released in January, and it's I think it's like a fantasy comedy book or something, but it's really nice. It has really nice cover, and this was also when I thought, there's very often I'm not buying comics from like indie publishers because I'm picking variants from others, spending money otherwise. But for 2020, I really wanna try getting 1 or 2 comics a week from indie publishers. I'm not talking about Dynamite or Dark Horse because they're getting most of my money anyway. But like real small publishers, like Amigo Comics, Blaze Comics, Alterna Comics, American Mythology Productions. They have a lot of nice Edgar Rice Burroughs books, which last week when I watched the show, I think was Biopass, when you talked about Deja Torres, and you had no idea who Deja Torres is. It's from Edgar Rice Burroughs, from A Princess of Mars, from John Carter of Mars, a very famous American figure. So great.
Is it John Carpenter?
No, not
John Carpenter's like writes books.
Well, I'm trying
Mars.
to discuss.
No, but I can see there's two. There's
It's
John Carter.
it's a legendary novel series.
Oh man!
I think they did. They made a movie. There is a movie. I saw them. I've never read any of the books. But.
It's a very tame movie. Very tame, and Deja Torres was totally miscast. But it's still a fun movie. But there's also an indie production, which is, I think it's called A Princess of Mars, which is done with, I think, with soft porno actors or something. But it's better than the Disney one. It's really funny.
Yeah. Actually, I had to say something real quick because I got that box from Edwin the Comic Jabroni, and I got those 4 issues, The Chair. Thurston, yo man.
Yeah, there's a movie adaptation of The Chair with Roddy Piper.
Piper is in that, and I was like, holy crap. I saw the trailer and I was like, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna watch it, but I was babysitting and I said, I'm not watching this crap right now. How dark is it on a 1 to a 10, man?
11.
Wow, man. Dude, I was telling my buddy today, I was like, the covers, comics look awesome, but that trailer is sick. And you know what? I want to say thanks for everyone for throwing me those horror books in that box. And I'm gonna read it, man. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna watch that movie.
Yeah. And the Alterna comics are crazy, like in a good way. They print on newsprint, and I think the comics are like $1 something, $1.60 or something like that. So they're really like that's the whole stick, like printing on newsprint and keeping the costs down, so they can give us comics for the old prices.
That's cool.
Yeah, man. So let's see what's going on, man. What's going on in the chat, Jeff? What's going on? Who we got in the house, man?
Oh, yeah. We got the Gray Man. What's going on? Gray Man, always good to see you around. Arturo R., how are you doing? Two Gun Pedro, thank you for joining us. Lots of our good friends in here today. It's good seeing you guys. What about you, Rod? Rod, have you picked up anything? I know we were talking about this a little earlier, but I don't think you were talking about what you got.
Well, I picked up a few books,
Oh, a few?
Well, there's not too many. Just a little bit,
Oh, it's not bad.
I've talked about it earlier. Well, not earlier, but when I was talking to Edwin on a live show, or that's on the recorded show, you can see that on my channel whenever you want. But you know what? What? There's a bunch of people out there that this book Morbius.
Did you read it?
Issue 2, I really did enjoy it as more than number 1.
Well, I got the first one, but I haven't gotten around to reading it yet. Is it been enjoyable?
Yes. And at the very end, we see Spider. Oh, no, I'm not gonna mention the spoiler, but Vivi, are you reading Morbius?
No, it's not up my alley. I mean, I like vampires, but I think the only Spider-Man related book I have is currently the Absolute Carnage books, but I'm gonna sell those probably. I really like the story, but is at a certain point you have to focus on your real interests and buy those books.
I totally know what you mean right there.
Yeah,
for
I would
sure.
love to read like all the books out there. And I grew up with Spider-Man, but the only real Spider-Man book I'm currently owning is the Red Sonja Spider-Man crossover.
It has to be a Red Sonja, or if it's not Red Sonja or Barbarian, how can it not be, man? That's what you do, brother.
Exactly.
There's no other way. That's like telling Jeffrey, hey Jeff, go out there and search for some Daredevil. No, it will never happen. It will never happen. I'm a Daredevil
you're right.
man.
Yeah.
You know, he is the whole dictionary.
Yeah, I'm just seeing in the chat that Stay Puft picked up for Deja Torres the Parillo cover. I think I got 4 covers, and I got the 1 in 50 Adam Hughes cover, the nude one, for 25 euros, which is a steal. So I can't wait to have that one in my post box.
Nice.
All right, let me see if Stay Puft want to jump on, cause he's a fan of your stuff.
I know we had a live stream also last weekend, Sword and Sorcery Saturday, and we want to continue that also in the future, like once a month, talking about sword and sorcery. And he's awesome. It's like it's really he's really one of my most favorite
guy. He is a great guy. He is here in Orlando, Florida, and if you're gonna make the trip, man, hey,
there's so many people there. Yeah,
fly down, man. Fly down, hang out with us on MegaCon next year. I'm trying to book a hotel and get maybe a 2-day pass.
I should have thought about this earlier, but I only have one Vampirella book, and I figured I'd show it since we got a Vampirella fan here. I got this one at New York Comic Con.
nice.
It's Vampirella versus the Reanimator, and I got it from the model. So I am.
Yeah, and the story is really good. I'm also a big fan of the Jeffrey Combs Reanimator movies, and Reanimator is also based upon a H.P. Lovecraft story.
Nice, yeah. No, I didn't know anything about it, but she was there. She had a booth set up, so I went and got something from her. That was cool.
It's like there's never a wrong reason to talk with beautiful women.
That's like, yeah, I agree. The more reason to talk to them, the better.
It's like talk with a beautiful woman and get a comic book. I mean, hello.
Yeah, you can't beat that. I agree.
Well, I have a beautiful woman in my life.
Well, you do.
Grayman picked up his Vampirella Grail. I heard today.
Oh God. Really?
Yeah.
Put that up there. Wow. I'm trying to find the right one here, man. I'm using StreamYard, guys, so I apologize for the delay. I'm trying to find a chat here. I'm multitasking. I got
Nice
a mouse pad and a phone here, but you know what? Don't forget, guys. Everyone in the chat, what you want to do is check out their stuff right now, man. These people in the house in the chat are great supporters of everyone's channel, man. So what you want to do, if you've never seen them before, yo, I'm pretty sure everyone now, they know each other. If you haven't, man, all you gotta do is click the names, and then it says go to the channel. Go to the channel, and next thing you know, you're right there, man. All you gotta do is click subscribe, and then hit the notification bell, man. Notification bell is the key. That way, you know, you see Stay Puft or John Comics or Edwin or John, or not John, but Jeffrey or VV in the house, man. You know, the stuff will pop up on your phones or wherever you at, man. Across the pond, you could be at the beach, anywhere, man. And next thing you know, you're watching it. You're watching it on your phone. You click it, and you're watching it. That's how we do, man. If that made any sense whatsoever, but I'm plugging everyone.
I knew what you meant. So
yeah.
All right. I'm trying to. I just want to just. Damn, I wanted to do something, but I can't do it right now. But
What?
man, it's a lot of talking.
That's right, John. Continent to continent.
All right.
So, hey, did you don't get the Immortal Hulk, do you, Rod?
I'm about to drop it. Man.
So I got this issue for this week, and let me tell you, I opened it, and I maybe it's just my opinion, but it looked like somebody threw up on the inside of this comic book.
Well, I dropped the book when Al Ewing blocked me on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I love this series a lot, but I don't know what they did in this issue. They changed it up quite a bit on the inside, and it was, I don't know, it didn't look that good at all. I didn't think.
Well, you gotta look at Comic-Con and the sale numbers, and the book dropped like.
I'm not surprised.
Because Al Ewing is a great writer.
Yes.
And the first issues of Immortal Hulk were brilliant. But it's also like he blocks everybody on Twitter who follows people that he doesn't like. I never had any contact with the guy. I was like, I wanted to post on Twitter, oh, it's an awesome book, and I wanted to tag him. It's like, you are blocked by Al Ewing.
I don't even know how Twitter works. I've never been on it before, but yeah, I don't know. I'm never gonna drop that book, but it just I was really shocked. It wasn't that good.
But you know what? The whole book was great, and then it went to this whole hell thing, and after that, next you know, I read the last 2 issues, and we got the whole.
Yeah, I mean,
Don't know what's going on, man.
I didn't care for 25. 26 kind of led into a decent story into 27, and then 28 still the same storyline, but I mean, just the artwork was not. It was a little bit of a turnoff, I guess.
Yeah, sometimes it feels that when a title is like dropping sales, that they put like an artist on the issues that is a little bit cheaper. So it's basically giving like a book that is on the decline, like a little bisschen German Schubs over the cliff.
Yeah, but it's like it really is. It's not a good read. That's why I'm thinking about dropping Immortal Hulk.
Exactly, and there's so many books out there that are worth it to read. So why spend your time on a title only because you say, "Oh, but I don't want an issue missing. It needs to be complete." A lot of people ask me, "What is the best way to start comic book collecting, like with numbers, etc.?" I always say, just pick characters you like, read a little bit into it. Get a feel for writers that fit your style. And if there's a writer change, don't feel obliged to stay on the title. Or if the title declines in quality, nobody forces you to keep on buying the title. And the world will not end if you have like issues 1 to 30 and then again from 50 to something. I know like a lot of people, they're like subscribed to some titles, like Amazing Spider-Man is such a title, which I always hear. Some people subscribe to it nevertheless because they can't have an issue missing.
Yeah, no, I know what you mean. I've dropped a lot of titles over the last couple of years.
And I've dropped. I've already mentioned this earlier. Not tonight, of course. I dropped Venom, and I've dropped Captain America, which I dig so much in the very beginning. Cap was awesome, but you know what? I dropped it. It's just kind of boring. And I dropped Avengers. I mean, come on, man. I love Avengers, but I dropped it and went into this whole devil thing and all that stuff. I was like, oh man, I gotta sleep at night, man. I gotta sleep at night, and I was like, that spooked the hell out of me. But you know what? Hey, man, people out there love it, and that's the thing. You buy what you want to read, And that's the bottom line, just like you
Exactly.
talked about, man.
And it's like we all work here within limited space. So, and it's a shame when you have like short or long boxes full of books you never read and you don't even want to read.
So
No, I agree. I agree for sure. It's like I randomly like go through all my stuff and I'll clean it out, take out the stuff that I don't want anymore, find somebody to donate it to, stuff like that for sure.
Yeah.
Because it becomes over for me. It like becomes overwhelming once in a while trying to sort through all this stuff, and you don't even know what it is. Or like the other day, I just found a box full of books I'd forgotten I'd even put away like a year ago. So it's just like.
Yeah, because every week 5 to 10 new comics are coming in, but the space doesn't grow.
Yeah, no, exactly.
how can you find a box and forget about it, Jeffrey?
I don't know. You tell me. How do you put a box? I said it like behind something, and I'd totally forgotten about it. And I went through it, and I had a bunch of books that I was set there to organize, and just totally forgot about.
A little message for Charlie, one of Johns Kids. She's learning German in school, so mir geht es gut und ich wünsche dir auch einen guten Tag und ich hoffe, dir geht es gut.
Wow, that you know what? That's pretty dope, man. That's pretty dope. If my wife,
Probably for Americans, it sounds like
if my wife was here, she'd be like, "Okay, babe, are you finished? Can we? That's what she would say." So she knows you by the voice, man. She loved the accent. But you know what? I want to say, everyone in the house right now in the chat, thank you so much for hanging out with us right now. This is Coast to Coast Comics. Man, this has been over a year. We had last week was our 1 year anniversary. But you know what? Right now we're just hanging out, talking comics, talking whatever you want to talk about, guys. So if you have questions, drop it right now. I'm sorry, guys, that I'm not really prepared for this show. I was hanging out with the wife. You guys know we have an issue, just time wise with the wife and my wife taking care of our mother or my mother-in-law. So stuff like that happens. So you know what? This is stuff that you know what? Things happen, man. But this show goes on. She called me. She said, "Push forward, have a good time, put out a good show. I know you will." And with that being said, yeah, I think somebody wants to jump in the house.
What?
Yeah, I think someone. Thurston, I think someone you like a lot, man.
Ooh. Stay Puft is here? Awesome.
They put this in the house.
Perito covers are just excellent.
Yeah, man. I saw it staring at me. It told me to bite.
Dude, that happens to me all the time.
I know, right? I was like, I already got enough books, and then I see that, and I'm like, damn it.
Yes.
I can't pass up a beautiful woman, man.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Gucci cover, which is also very side boobish.
Yeah.
What's going on, guys?
Oh, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
Rob, man. What?
If you guys don't know Stay Puft 1983, this guy is a amazing person in the comic book community. Man, that's all I gotta say. You can watch his live shows every Saturday around 2:30. What time is it, Sean?
2 o'clock.
2
2
o'clock.
o'clock. Eastern.
He sends me the invite. Usually, you can find me hanging out with they call it the Raw Gang or something like that. And I got my homies bagging up my comics. But you know what?
Yeah. Two appearances they made on the show. I was like, I'm looking for a third, man. We gotta get you guys to do something together. The Bagging and Boarding crew.
Yeah, man. You know what? We're working on something, man. We're working on something.
Are you Santa Claus, Rod? You got your helpers? Is your secret identity Santa Claus? Those are your helpers, your little elves.
Oh.
Oh man.
Yeah, we're working on something. They want to meet everyone from Florida, so I'm trying to arrange something. Those guys, you're gonna meet them, Sean. So
And we have to do another Sword and Sorcery Saturday in January.
Yep, January. We did one last weekend, so definitely look forward to doing another one in January.
Yeah.
We gonna have a blast. That was such a fun show.
And there he is. ASM 129 is the one that wanted to meet you guys from Florida, man. Mark is the homie. This guy has like 300 long boxes, and this guy is the comic book dictionary. You can mention any book to him, and he'll be like, "Huh, well, I can say about this and that," and So
you might mention the book, and then he just pull it out of nowhere. Like he already got it, man.
Yeah, pull it out. That's
300. That's crazy.
It's all the storage, stuff. Like
that. I don't think I could fit 300 short boxes in my house. I couldn't imagine long boxes. That's crazy.
I could build a house with 300 short boxes.
Well, there you go.
But he has a bunch of stuff, man. He has a bunch.
That's awesome,
man. Rod, it was interesting when you talked about me, and my persona, my page and stuff. It's funny that people found me through Instagram, and my Instagram page was so great. People loved it because of how different it was. It wasn't just about comics; it was about a variety of things, and people associate that with me. Now they like, yo, Stay Puft got the best Instagram page on there, man. And it's like, I didn't think I would I didn't think I would get this big to the point where I could go to a con and somebody say, "Hey, I know you from Instagram. You're Stay Puft." And I'm like, I can't remember you. And then he said his name. Like, oh, no, I remember you.
Yeah, nice. That's cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
But you know what? Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Sean. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, people are looking forward to old school Sundays with the old school music. I know you posted that Redman in your DM to me.
That's how I get ready, man. That's how I get ready.
Time for some action, man.
Time for
and Hialeah was bringing up Forces MDs, got me ready to post that. So yeah, I enjoy it. People, we love to live off the past while also go towards the future. And it's fun. It's fun chatting with you guys. It's fun chatting with people in the community. And you saw that Jeff and Steve met the Quest for Legends in Tampa, so that was great.
Yeah,
for them to meet him.
I think I saw Steve had posted some pictures with him.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome. And I've met him a couple of times this year because I'm gonna do all that, post that stuff in my IG Comic Fan Rewind because I already got my Tampa photos all set up. So this was a great year, man.
Sweet. Thurston, man. Yo, man. What do we have to do for you to come down to Florida next year, man? What do we have to do?
Invite Arnold Schwarzenegger or something.
Well, no, we got Edwin that come back, Jabroni. We can work something out. We can just Edwin is.
You can build me a boat.
Come on, man. You gotta come down here. We can do something, man. Come out.
Yeah, one of these days I really have to travel to the US. But right now,
enjoy it, man.
Of course, there's so many spaces I want to go. I would like to go to New Orleans. Chicago would also be fun. And of course, Florida. Of course, California.
Yeah, California.
So many places.
We go to Muscle Beach.
Yeah, no, for sure. I've been there once. It was pretty cool. I didn't see anybody famous or anything, but I got to see the gym where they all used to work out. Hulk Hogan and Arnold Schwarzenegger were down there.
All right, so Mark's wife is correcting me. She said there's shirt boxes. No, I said long boxes, man. You can combine 2 shirt boxes, make it a long box, and you got a bunch of comic books, man.
I think one long box holds just a little bit more than 2 short boxes, though. I think so.
Yeah, but also I will totally switch to only short boxes because the long boxes they're
hard to maneuver around, move.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well said. And you know what? Let's see. I think Discovery Bay was in the house. I want to say what's up to him.
Magic Lasso has a question. Yes, I've been to a Comic Con. We also have Comic Cons in Europe. In Vienna, there's quite a, for European standards, big Comic Con. Also, Frank Miller was there this year, and of course also Jim Ballant. So it's we also have cons, but it's well, there's only one really like store that sells good comics, but I was like shopping for 90 euros, which is about $100 like for comics. There.
Sweet.
Yeah, I bought the whole volume free of Red Sonja, and then the Balder the Brave miniseries, and something and other stuff.
All right. Cool, man. You know what? Yo, this is Coast to Coast Comics, guys. If you've never seen us before, all you gotta do is hit that like and subscribe. To everyone in the panel right now, especially people in the chat. You know what? Bring your questions right now. We have in the house our special guest, Thurston Van Rangelin Vigilante, in the house from across the pond. And you know what? This guy loves some Red Sonja. He loves some Conan. He loves a bunch of sorcery stuff.
All the barbarians.
There it is.
You know, speaking of barbarians, I picked this up today. You know, when I went to the shop, Last
It's
Gods
so
of DC. Yeah,
It's
I can't wait
like
to read
if
it.
Tolkien and H.P. Lovecraft had a love child. You get all the
Nice.
high fantasy from Tolkien and the cosmic horror from Lovecraft. It's really great world building. I totally fell in love with issue number 1. Today I got issue number 2 in the post, so I can't wait to read that soon.
Yeah, because it got some great looking artwork.
The
in
art
there.
is amazing. It's really one of
Yeah.
these books also that where the outside art matches the interior art.
Sweet.
Like Riccardo Federici. It looked awesome, man. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely gonna get this. I could save this and talk about it when I get issue 2 next month. We could do Swords and Sorcery. Man.
I also
There it
got,
is, man. You guys need to make a show, man, and do your own thing.
Hey, we
I also
like I
got
said.
the photo cover from Tarot today in the post.
Nice.
Well, ASM is talking about Jim Ballant. That's Holly. That's Jim's wife. And Jim is a lucky guy. And Holly is also, she's an angel. She's so nice to talk with. She also does free sketches like Jim. So, yeah, Tarot is like, if you talk indie publishers, Tarot is also a comic book to support. It's, you can have erotic, sword and sorcery, some horror elements. It's a book I can only recommend.
Awesome.
It's also so fun that because today when I made a list of indie publishers, most of the English indie publishers like Blaze, Alterna, American Mythology, you have Broadsword, Amigo Comics, Boundless, Avatar, they all start with A or B. And I was thinking like, why? But then it came to me. So probably it's like because most of the people look at the salutations for DC and Marvel, they have to scroll them through A and B. So if you're an indie publisher and you have like start with a letter that comes before D, there's a chance that people could see your book up in the preview list.
I always tend to go through the whole preview list. I sometimes will go to DCBS and just look at all the other publishers besides the top 3.
Yeah, the comic list is quite nice. I always look there.
Yep, that's another one.
You guys know, man, I pre-order a lot from DCBS. You know what? That's why I got a stack of comics behind me, and I'm still far behind in my reading. But you know what? You know, this is, it is what it is, man. And then I go out there.
Yeah, I have to pre-order. There's no other way to get US comics in Europe. So I'm pre-ordering them a month ago. Then my comic book shop in Germany, where I order from, he gets them weekly, but he only ships them to me once a month because of the shipping cost. So, and when I'm over 120 euros, the shipping is free, and I'm always over 120 euros in a month.
Wow, man, that is crazy, man.
So it's always a little bit, it teaches you to have patience when you see like all your friends on Instagram reading the new book you want to read, and I'm like, gotta wait till January.
Yeah, and that's what happened.
Yeah, that's
what
the
happened.
thing with DCBS. You gotta wait for a specific time period to get all your books. Or even if you get it weekly, you still don't get it on New Comic Book Day. You still gotta wait until like the weekend or something.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And there's no way in hell that I'm going digital.
You know what? You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, what do you think about that? The whole pre-order stuff, Jeffrey. I mean, I know you don't pre-order, Jeff.
No, I think it's cool. I think it's actually a really good idea, especially when you were telling me about the prices that you get for it. But I feel like if I started doing something like that, I could get out of control really easily. It's a lot easier to sit there and order all this stuff online than have, restraint than you go in physically.
It's funny. There was a guy who used to do live streams on stuff. Our Fellow Thoughts. Look him up. If you see him on YouTube, he used to live stream his DCBS orders. So he would, go through all Marvel, DC, Independent, check out what's there, whether he's interested or not. And it was pretty interesting. I always liked watching his thoughts on certain books, Independents, because he loved the Independents more than Marvel and DC. He read them, but he loved going through them indies, man.
But actually, it helps me like ordering all the stuff online, because you have a list of what you order, and at least in my store, he compiles it immediately, and then I see how much the actual list is already, and then the next week I can decide, well, how many variants can I order additionally to the normal stuff. So it actually helps you to stay inside a budget. And also, of course, when you pre-order, you don't have the stress of will I get this variant cover or not?
And that's the thing though, because when you pre-order, I know this is like we're supposed to talk about certain stuff, but we're talking about pre-order right now. When you go and pre-order your book, you can see what's out there. You can pick out whatever variant covers or whatever covers you want, and not only that, you can see whatever indie books that are out there, and then you get a discount on it. So if that's the cool thing about it, because then next thing you know, your LCS will have it, and then you're like, holy crap, wait a minute, it's not here. My LCS is supposed to have it, but if you pre-order it, next thing you know, you have it.
Yeah,
Exactly. It's on.
Yeah, like the Butcher of Paris, like I pre-ordered that, and then there, especially with these low print titles, you don't have the risk to go into the store and then hear, oh, they haven't ordered it because they're afraid they're gonna sit on it.
What was that
How
book?
good was that book?
From Dark Horse, the Butcher of Paris. It was actually, I found out about it because of I think Perry and Comic Trip only talked on it on BioPass, and then I was like, I studied history, and then it's actually interesting to have like this serial killer in Paris and the resistance as well as the Germans on the hunt to find him. So it really sounds like a good story, and I'm gonna read it next week. And then for sure post about it on Instagram how I liked it.
Where's your back on that one, man? You got a bag, but no back on it. What the heck, brother? You gotta put a back in that thing, man.
Yeah, that's let's just say my comic book shop only puts packs in there when it's like 1 in 10 at least.
Oh wow, man, that's
Well, let's just say I'm very happy to get US comics for cover price.
Hey, that's good, man. That's
And
good,
if
man.
they survive the way from the US to Germany, they will also hopefully survive the way from Germany to Austria.
Hey, man, that's neat to see that the books are making out from the States to the UK or across the pond, you know what? That is amazing, man. You guys have any questions right now, man? For someone,
Hey, you looking through the? Okay, now I updated on mine because I wasn't seeing the new comments, and I'm using StreamYard. I had to switch to YouTube.
Yeah, you can just pop out the chat, and you don't have to have the YouTube video playing also. And you can make what I do is I pop out the YouTube chat, and I make a little tiny 2-inch strip down the left side of my screen, and then I take the StreamYard video and I post it up right next to it. Seems to work better.
Take care of the chat for me because right now my eyes are burning, especially my right one.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Bake the Snake, what's up, Bake? Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. Zelos, what's up, Zelos? Good to see you too. Air Spider 23, thank you for being here. Katie, what's up, Katie? Good to see you today. Hi, Alea. Raul, how are you doing, my friend? Good to see you. JB, Discovery Bake, John's Comics with Kids. What are you guys doing? Good to see you guys. Ben Compton, what's up, Ben? Good to see you. Aggressively relaxing. What's up, brother? The Comic Collector, what's up? Good to see you again. Thank you for being here.
Guys, what's going on, man?
Yeah.
Great, man. If you want to jump on, send me a message on Instagram, man. You just hang out with us for a few minutes if you want. We try to keep this within the hour mark because I think the boy who has 7 Matt has something going on, so you might want to jump on his channel after this. So that's how we do, man. We support each other, not only shows but chats and stuff like that. With that being said,
12 day of Christmas streams, they're really good, and there's so much love in those streams. It's almost overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's cool. I was on one of them for Mr. Girl. That was a good time.
Nice.
But also, but hopefully very soon, this thing will reach Rod.
Yeah.
Oh, what the heck is that, man? No, that's for sure. That's not for me, man. That's for you. That's gotta be some
On Monday, we'll go to the post, and then we gotta hope that the postal service. Let's just, like I told you, I tried to make it unbendable. I hope the post won't see this as a challenge.
Hey.
I mailed out something to Comic Deep McD. And
yeah, me too.
I did that from the house. And my wife was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, I'm very claustrophobic when it comes to being around people at post office and stuff like that. I was online for hours. I was I did this whole package, set it out on a step. I was and they picked it up and he got it. And it was pretty cool.
Yeah, no, for sure. Right. It's crazy to send something across the sea because he said he's had problems with getting packages and then actually showing up, and sometimes it take months to get there. So once it gets there and he gets it, it's always oh yeah, relief. It actually made it.
It's awesome, man. And you know what? Oh man, oh god, man, he's just showing me a package. You gotta do that, but you can send it to Sean. How about that? Send it to Sean. Sean stay home in the community, man.
No, it's for you, bro.
Nah, man,
it's for you.
But how about this, man? You guys read Mother?
Not yet.
I didn't even see it.
I've never heard of it.
I've seen some talk about it. It's a horror book.
Yes, it is.
It was when I made my list, it didn't make the cut.
It's kind of a lot of people iffy on it. They get the chick. She's hanging out with her guy friend or whatever, and next something happens to her eye, and then she gets the prosthetic eye. And you know what? That's too much given right there. But it's the red, the whole panel.
Wait, the eye is the eye possessed?
It could be. It could be. and that's the thing.
Okay, so I've seen that story before. If you ever watched the what was that John Carpenter movie or the movie with John Carpenter in it, where Mark Hamill lost his eye, and they gave him a new eye, but it was an eye of like a past criminal or something, and he started going crazy and stuff like that. Damn, I think it's Body Bags or something like that. I think it's that movie. And I remember that scene where he was going crazy because the eye was taking control of him. So I was like, oh man, when you was describing it, I was like, oh,
it hasn't happened. Like it's like she's like just having these visions. You see these
body parts.
Well, no body parts.
That's what it is.
But
body parts.
The last panel is like it's all red, and you see like this white skull, but you see it like from here. Well, not from here, but from here, then here, and it's like here. But it's pretty dope. A lot of people they're not digging it. It's like whatever. But you know what? I think it really is a different type of thing, and I'm digging it now. I'm just digging it.
That's cool.
Yeah. The Grayman has a question. If I read Gardner's Fox Kota, the Barbarian stories. No, I haven't because I wasn't able to find any of these here.
That could be a problem.
Man.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's really because I can't go just like surfing through long boxes and comic shops here, so I have to look on eBay and sometimes you're lucky because when somebody in Austria sells comics, then there is not a big chance that anybody from the US will bid on it because the shipping very often makes it more expensive, even when it's a good deal, to order it from here. Like yesterday, I bought the first Ballet Appearance in a very good condition on eBay from other Austrian seller for €5, which is, I think it's a $12 book on Key Collector app. And I really have to hope that I get these deals. Or sometimes when I really want a book, I have to order it from the US, or maybe when I'm lucky, I can get it from the UK.
So you use the Key Collector app from across the pond. That is amazing. That is awesome, man.
Yeah, it's very good sometimes, especially to look up on eBay. Oh, is this a fair price? Is it a good? Can I make a deal on this? Like overpriced? Can I talk then? That's also very good when you can talk to the seller. See, this is in the price guide. You are a little bit too expensive, but I would take it for that. So it's a very good device also for arguing about prices.
Nice, man. Nice. That is awesome that we have. It's neat, man. I have to say that we have this comic book community, and you know what? We're here from Florida. We're here from the West Coast, East Coast. We got people from across the pond. And you know what? We all use the Key Collector app, but you know what? The one thing we have in common, guys, is that we love comics, and we're here hanging out, doing a live show. This is Coast to Coast Comics, man. If you guys don't know, now you know. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe if you haven't already. We have Sean State Puff 1983 in the house. The homie is awesome in the comic book community. We got Jeffrey Kamahan.
That's me
in the house, man. And we have Vivi Van Rangian Vigilante in the house from across the pond, man. Hey, Thurston, if they don't know about you, tell them who you are, man, where they can find you at. Whoa, what's going on?
I think he's back.
My wireless LAN just decided to make a short pause.
Huh.
So if no one's seen you before, tell them who you are. You know, I'm just gonna give you a quick minute or two, and then we just keep on talking, man, because you're from across the pond, brother.
Didn't hear it so well. So what should I talk about? Anything?
Yeah, let them know who you are if they've never seen you before and stuff like that.
Well, my name is Thorsten. I'm from Austria. I go by the name Varangian Vigilante because I'm a historian and comic book fan. So I love the Roman history, and the Varangians were the elite guard of the Eastern Roman Empire, which is also known as Byzantium. Blah 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 blah. And I love my vigilantes in comics. Also, you have this nice alliteration. And on my channel, I talk about sword and sorcery, horror comics, but I also review movies. Most of all, comic book movies, obviously, and also in horror trash movies. Most likely stuff that was done in the 60s to 80s, but also some recent stuff. And most of all, of course, if it's like, I always try to find like little gems. And my taste isn't exactly mainstream, so I really like, some older comic book movies like Gwendoline, which is very hot. You gotta watch the movie. Danger Diabolic. And of course, I'm also reviewing a lot of exploitation movies from Italy. Since when Conan the Barbarian came out in 1982, which is, by the way, the best movie ever made. The Italians,
Sure it was.
the Italians in the eternal insolence and wisdom made a lot of low-budget Conan the Barbarian ripoffs, like Arthur, Gunan, King of the Barbarians, Sword of the Barbarians, and these movies are brilliant. Mostly because Sabrina Ciani was in a lot of those movies, and she's a goddess. She's also on the cover of Conquest, which is a Conan the Barbarian ripoff by the one and only Lucio Fulci, and she never wears anything except for like a golden metallic slip.
Yeah, that's a good thing, though, man.
Yeah, it's very well. It's the same with. I watched. I think also talked about last time on the Sword and Sorcery Saturday podcast about it. The Warrior and the Sorceress, where I think Maria Sokas she's an Argentinian actress, and she never wears any bra in the whole movie.
Well, you know.
Man, Ed Spider 23 compliments your barber.
Oh.
Yo, yeah, his hair is on point, yo, every time, man.
Yeah, hair on the side is totally overrated.
Man, look at this thing, man.
Yeah, as soon as I can already feel like hair there, it's like, ah!
Look at that dome, man. Take a look at that one.
I'm way past due.
I once read in a Spanish comic that basically once we don't have any hair anymore, we finish the evolutionary step. So it's like, Rod, you're on the evolution scale way ahead of us.
Oh, you know, it happens. But, you know, it's also... I'm trying to look at the chat here. Hey, Jeff, man, there's a few people
Hey, Rod.
What's up, brother?
All right, I got you.
Damn, Jeff was like this and then whipped out the mic, man.
I had to get closer so I could see too. T-Bone says, Heidi Hope, what's up, T-Bone? Good to see you. That old comic smell, what's up? Comic smell, I just found you on Instagram too. The Comics Club, what's going on? Good to see you. The Comic Otaku. What's up, Comic Otaku? Good to see you guys. Jeff, Comic 813, brother, what is going on tonight? Good to see you. Two Gun Pedro, I can't remember if I got you earlier or not, but I think we are caught up. Thank you all for being here today.
All right, let me see here. The old comic smell says, VV, is there a law over there for metal detectors?
You need a license for that. You can't just take a metal detector and go into the woods. You need a license for that.
Huh.
There it is. That was based
You
on
need a license for everything. You need a license for fishing and...
Yeah, we got those here too. For anything. Fishing, hunting. It's crazy.
Because once I visited relatives of mine in Australia, I was like, let's go fishing. It's like, it's free. You can... I mean, in Australia, basically, it doesn't matter because everything can kill you. So the license is basically survival.
Yeah, that's crazy. Oh man, be like out in Africa, get attacked by a wild lion or something.
Yeah.
Man,
Speaking
So,
of fish, have you ever read this?
Closer?
Is it
Gio?
Gio?
Yeah, this is the manga by Junto Ito. This is where like contaminated fish actually takes over the world. Like this.
But I heard
wow.
about the writer Ito. I think there was also wasn't the book of him in the Halloween Comic Fest.
Yeah. He did like Shiver and a couple others. I
Yeah,
got Shiver and I think he did Berserk as well. If I'm not mistaken. Not Berserk. What was the other book that he did that people like to talk about? It's not coming to my mind, but yeah, I enjoyed that manga a lot.
Yeah,
I didn't like how it ended. I didn't like how it ended to me. Like it ended kind of weird, like unconclusive, but it was pretty good in the ride leading up to it.
Yeah, the only manga I'm reading these days is Space Pirate Captain Harlock, which is my favorite space opera.
Nice.
So
But also back in the days,
Puff, I'm sorry, man. But Puff, yo, that was all black and white art in that thing.
Yeah.
I love that stuff, man.
I think a lot of them are, right?
Yeah, most of them, majority of them are. Like I
Because
read
all
One
of the
Punch
ones
Man and all that. That was
Yeah,
black
all-
and white.
all
Dragon Ball
mine
Z
are
was black and white. One Piece was black and white.
Man, I talked about David Mack did Kabuki, and I got a bunch of Kabuki stuff in black and white.
I remember when you got all those books.
Man, I got a whole lot. I got a bunch of stuff signed.
Yeah.
Man, there's a whole story about Kabuki. That thing is neat.
it
And
sounds like Bukaki.
Oh man.
man, it's great. It's great stuff. Apparently, there's supposed to be I think a TV show coming out. He's working on it. And you go David Mack, follow David Mack on Twitter, and you'll find out, man. I can't believe the whole lot I got, man. I got
David Mack's sick. I saw him at New York Comic Con. He was doing like watercolor paintings there for people, and it was insane how good he is.
I mean, if you're a fan of Alex Ross, you got David Mack.
Yeah,
The stuff.
Jeez,
The stuff is
I can
great.
imagine seeing Alex Ross go to work right in front of me.
right. I watched a YouTube video on him once about his paintings he does. It's pretty cool.
Like I remember when I first saw Alex Ross work was the Marvels. You know, when I was growing up, and I saw that amazing cover with Human Torch on it. It just looked so beautiful, and then his stuff on Astro City was just amazing. Astro City was like the series that really maybe took notice, and then Kingdom Come came out, and it was like, yeah, this guy's just big time.
So
When
you,
I saw it, it's work on Flash Gordon.
Yeah. And it's funny that I was able to find his earlier work with them Terminator books a couple of weeks ago. When I saw that Terminator book, I was like, it's early Alex Ross work. And I got it for 25 cents, so that was even better.
wow.
I really wonder what Alex Ross and Perillo make like only for making covers.
It got to be a lot because they in high demand.
And what I also wonder is like because it seems that there's like like 2 or 3 Perillo covers every week. So this guy just can like create a genius masterpieces like during a lunch break or something.
And it's funny when he does his paintings, you know, on his Instagram posts, you know, he shows each process of it, you know, pouring the oil and all that stuff. It's just amazing to look at, and you think like, man, this is an actual painting, and you're getting it on a comic cover. Can you imagine just the painting alone?
Exactly, because when you buy variant cover, very often you think, oh, I'm gonna pay like $3 to $4 more on the same comic. But I always see like some of these variant covers, these are pieces of art, these are art prints, and actually it's quite a good price, $3 or $4 to get like this piece of art, and you can hold it in your hands and watch it every time you want to.
Yeah. That's why I look at that Shuri that I got from Brian Stelfleet, the sketch variant that he did for me. It's just an amazing piece of artwork, man. Every time I come in this room, is right there for me to view on the wall, and it's just amazing, man. I remember when I first mentioned it to him, his face lit up. He like, oh, that's awesome. When I told him, and he's like, I can't wait to do this, and I knew it was going to be good.
Also, with a lot of artists, it's always a lot of people on Twitter or Instagram. They only talk about the writer of a comic, and the artist is barely mentioned. And when I talk about comics, I always also want to mention the artist. Sometimes even like colorist, etc. Because the comic book it's writing and it's a picture. It's art and writing is both. So you can't have one without the other.
Exactly.
Well, you can't forget the colorist too and all that stuff.
Yeah,
because a lot of people talk about. I'm guilty for writing and artist, or the artist, should I say? But then I look back and I say, damn, I don't mention about the people that do the color and all this stuff, and that's one thing I'm guilty of.
Now, one guy
mentioning the colorist because especially I think in Savage Avengers and Punisher Kill Crew, the colors are so vibrant, and I'm really loving that old color style where the background wasn't exactly realistic. I really want to have a very strong contrast and really colors that jump at you in comics. And every time this happens, I'm like always praising the colorist.
And it's funny because when of the Ghostbuster comics or IDW, you have Eric Burnham and Danny Sholin. But the colorist, before he had an Instagram, he didn't have Instagram. But I always put his name in the hashtag just to acknowledge that he was a member of the group. When he created his Instagram, he must have went through the hashtag because I saw him like a lot of my posts that I hashtag him in. And I was like, oh, he's got a page now. So now I could tag him on my Ghostbuster post because he compliments Dan Shonin's artwork on the Ghostbuster books because his colors are so vibrant, so bright, and so beautiful when you look at them.
And especially when you work with Ghostbusters, when you can do like all the rays and the streams in the different color, the ghost, the slime. That must be a dream come true for colorists because you can go really crazy.
Yeah, and he talks about it on his page on how he works with Dan on certain panels and pages, and how he just loves how it comes out when he adds the colors to Dan's pencils. So it's amazing when you can get the colorist to compliment the artist. Because sometimes I got that Red Sonja Spider-Man crossover from the 2000s, and Mel Ruby does the art. And I like Mel Ruby's art, but the color by Brian Puccello doesn't really makes his art stand out. Like sometimes the colorist can help be a detriment to the artist, if he's not doing the proper coloring to it. When you look at Mel Ruby's Red Sonja issues, they are vibrant, they're colorful, and it makes Mel Ruby's art stand out. So sometimes you got to have the right colorist to go with that penciler or illustrator.
But that's the thing, though. They had to. You have to build a relationship within, those people. If not, then you don't have nothing. You got a bunch of crap, and then next thing you know, then what do you have? Nothing. You have a great writer, a great artist, and a great whatever. And then next thing you know, what are you gonna do with all that? All these guys come together and put out great stuff. So they have to build a relationship, probably for years, man. Who knows, man? Can you imagine these guys build a relationship to do stuff for us, not only for us, but for the comic book community?
Yeah, and it's also very often that these people rarely see each other because we have a lot of great artists in Europe, like Mahmoud Asra, who works, of course, on Conan. Then you have Stepan Sage and others, and they all work together with writers in the US. So they also have to communicate and find that common aesthetic ideal to do their comics.
So I mean, what do you think, Jeff? I mean, it's kind of crazy, right? Like all these people come together and put out great comic books for us. If it wasn't for them, where do you think where this comic book will be at? What if it wasn't for like Hulk and stuff like that, like Al Ewing doing Hulk or whatever it is, man. Can you
Yeah.
imagine not having a Hulk comic book one day, and you'd be like, wait a minute. Where's my Hulk comic? I want my monthly Hulk or my weekly Hulk comic. Where is it?
Right.
These guys cannot work together to bring you a good comic book. What were you doing? You got
But that's the thing is like,
start bashing down walls and be pissed off.
yeah, but that's the thing with comic books is like we all have different tastes and different likes, and who knows what it is going to take to grab that. You know what I mean? Like Immortal Hulk's like my favorite book going right now, but it's not everybody's. You know, like I don't read Conan, Red Sonja, Vampirella, Days of Thoris, any of that because it's just not something that grabs me. But these guys really like it and really enjoy it. So just because I don't, it doesn't mean for me to sit up here and say it's a bad anything. You know, just like you like Daredevil, you like Spider-Man, all that stuff. You know, like. What did it take? What combination of people put together did it take to grab you? It might be a different combination of people that got put together to grab somebody else, you know? So, I mean, I don't know. It is a lot of it is, you know, to each individual's personality, I think, too, of what they like.
Well said,
Yeah.
sir.
I don't know. I'm just talking.
No, yeah, that was well said. That was well said, sir. And we reached that hour mark, guys. Actually, a little over an hour.
Broke the hour mark.
Yeah, I know, man.
Come on, hey, come on, Rod. I almost went 3 hours today. We can go a couple hours.
Man.
Setting records.
Yo, man, it's all right, man.
Hey, that 3 hours on my show flew by, man. We just kept going and having fun.
Oh man, well, I guess we can keep it going here. Let me see. The wife has not text me, but I did read The Magician the other day. Edwin and Perry told me to read the book. I picked up issue 1. It's kind of like a Harry Potter type of thing. You got these guys that are into I think Thurston, I think you may like this one, brother, because it's like magic and stuff like that.
But I don't like Harry Potter.
Yeah, but you know what? But neither do I. But I read it, and I was like, you know, they got these guys that went to a different world. They teleported into a world, and next thing you know, it's like these guys know magic, and the people that are there, they're like, oh man, who these guys are. Because these guys that are there, they're like, you know, on a different level, and it's just like, yeah, they're hating pretty much. So it's pretty neat. So that's all I'm gonna say right now. And then keep it going here with Punisher. So yeah, issue
Nice.
1 was freaking fire, gun blazing. As always, issue 1 was dope. Have not read issue 2, but I did pick up issue number 2 of Undiscovered Country.
I gotta see how that is because issue 1 was a mixed bag for me. It started off real slow, and then like when they got to America, and that's where it kind of got my interest back because I was damn near about to fall asleep inside the book. I was like,
I dropped it after issue 1.
I'm gonna check out issue 2 just to see what it is, but you know, I don't know if I'm gonna stick with the series because Scott Snyder's been declining for me ever since his Batman run. To be honest,
since Death of the Family, sadly, I was a big Snyder fan. I love his Witches, American Vampires was great, and Court of Oath was amazing. But since Death of the Family, he wasn't just for me anymore. And since now, basically, he doesn't has any editors at DC that have the balls to tell him, no, what you're doing is crazy. He's gonna keep on. Let's just say I dropped a lot of DC books when Bendis came over and Snyder had his Batman All-Star. It was really not for me. So
I think I got the first issue of All Star Batman. That was it.
Yeah, it wasn't a fan of the art, and it was like an interesting pitch, like having this road trip with Two-Face, but then it was just like, for me, it always feels that Snyder tries to copy too much pop culture. Like also when you look at that Undiscovered Country, it looks like Mad Max for poor people.
I can see that vibe because America's all abandoned and stuff like that. There's nothing there. Nobody knows what America's going through, and then you see all this stuff and you're like, what the hell happened to America? That's the thing that actually makes me want to at least give issue 2 a try and to see what the hell happened there and stuff like that. But I don't know if we're gonna get the full answers on this issue, and I don't know if I'm gonna keep going on with it.
But that sounds like in J.J. Abrams movies, like, there's a mystery box, mystery box, mystery box.
No,
but mystery box.
my friend read issue 2 and he said, wow, at the end was amazing, he said. So I was like, all right, well, I gotta read it, man. I gotta read it.
But yeah, Scott Snyder has been like tailing off of me ever since his Batman run, because I was not liking the second half of his Batman run. Like Death in the Family, the conclusion to that was so, and I hated Zero Year. That was like a waste of time for me.
It was Zero was really bad, and then also like this Bloom character was also more like something he wanted to. It's like that's the problem with a lot of writers today at DC or Marvel. Instead of taking something from the legacy of these publishers, they try to create new characters. Which I totally understand it from their point of view, because if they create it, they get they get the money from it when this character is used in a movie. So they always try to make these new interesting characters to be picked up in TV shows, in movies, because as a writer, they don't earn as much money as they should earn. Also at DC and Marvel. And so they always have to try to get the money from somewhere else. It's like the same with, Jason Aaron is a good writer, but I think he's working on too many books.
That was the thing I said about Bendis. I was like, Bendis at Marvel was writing like 10 freaking books. I'm like, bro, how many books can you write, man?
That's the only way to.
You know what? Hold on, man. We gotta acknowledge the chat, man. We gotta acknowledge the chat. Jeffrey,
just trying to shut us down, man.
I'm sorry, man, but I have no. We can keep it going. You know, I'm a Bendis fan. I can keep it going with Bendis. And
Bendis book.
Bendis been hot garbage lately and had to cut one book out. But anyways, Jeffrey, I don't want you to sit back and.
I'm just listening to the great content these guys got going on. But we got Second Street Marvel. What's going on, Second Street Marvel? Good to see you today. And our friend over at Superpower Review. What's going on, guys? Thank you for being here today.
Right.
It was a question in here, though.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
I think it was Zelo's talking about the Miles Morales. I ain't reading it.
Me neither.
Morales. Yeah, Miles, this is a good read, man.
I've heard that, though, from a couple of people.
He has this thing going on with his uncle, with his Uncle Aaron. So I'm telling you, man, it's a great read. I'm telling you, it's just different.
His Uncle Aaron is the Prowler? Is that the one who's the Prowler or whatever?
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you too much.
Okay. Well, I know like it was the first appearance. This is the first appearance of his sister or something in this last issue that came out, supposedly.
I have not read the last issue, but I'm telling you, Miles Morales he's just like telling Aaron, like, yo, man, we can't do this. And Aaron's like, well, you need to let me do this, because if not, I have consequences. So they're going back and forth, and then things break out from what I've read lately. So it's an awesome read, man. It's a fun read if you want to, different from what you're reading right now. Like I read Daredevil, and that's fine. But I read Miles Morales, it's an escape from that stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is a fun read. So it's a quick, fun read. That's
I like those. Those are always good.
Yeah.
so pretty much it. But we were talking about come on.
But how writers make money. And it's like, the writers themselves know that they have sometimes too much work, but they have to take it because it's the only way to make money. And no writer ever will refuse a writing job.
Nope.
Because there's only so many comics and there's only so much money to make.
Yeah.
So I totally understand every writer to take any job, even if there wouldn't be like the ideal writer, or if they already have too many comics going to craft a really, really well written story anymore.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like that throughout the comic book industry, whether it's a writer or artist or any interior artist, anything like that. I think you're fighting for every job you can get.
Exactly, yeah.
I'm sorry.
Sleepy Reader. What's up, Sleepy Reader? Borinquen.
Hey, Damien.
Good to see you guys.
I before I interrupted these guys on Sean and Thurston had a great conversation going on, and I was absorbing the end too, man. And I'm sorry that I cut you off, but I didn't
No
have-
Sorry, man. It's all right.
You're the boss, Rod.
Well, what would it be if you're not hanging out with me? I interrupt you, so that's how I do, man.
Oh, that's a live stream. Everybody interrupts everybody, so.
Yo, for sure, man. Holy crap, we're going on an hour and 15 minutes. Yo,
That's past your bedtime.
yeah, it is past my bedtime, but you know what?
It was past my bedtime 3 hours ago.
What time is it over there, my brother?
It's 3:20 a.m.
Yeah, nice and early.
Nice and early.
Nice. That's the type.
And I'm still drinking cola.
I'd have to be drinking something with caffeine in it to be.
I don't have anything. I need something, but you know what?
I think I stayed up one time till after 2 a.m. on Robert G. Spot's show.
Yeah, I did. That's definitely one of the late night shows. I was on there once, and I guarantee you, I had a rock star by
wasn't
my
it you,
side.
Rod, that was on there that you almost fell out?
I came on there. The first time he said, "Can you come on?" And
It was supposed to be with me. We were supposed to be on it together, I
Yeah.
think, and something happened.
and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
Fell asleep, and then he sent me the other invite. I came on there, and I was like, I couldn't do it, man. I think I pushed forward. I don't know how I did it, but man, I think I had my shades on, and I was like, I don't even remember. I don't remember, man. Anything after two, man. I'm hot and
That
garbage.
was pretty much a prelude to what will happen on Perry's late night show.
Oh, that's all right, man.
That's all right.
I ain't taking off my
Good
shirt.
thing is on a live stream, you can pass out without anybody drawing dicks on your face.
At least real ones. They can do it on the screen.
You know what? And nobody's drawing.
Yeah, Spider said Ron has fallen out of a few streams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I have. I actually took the mic one time and dropped it on the computer and on a laptop, and it just stopped. And I had to log back in to end the show. I was like, mic drop. And it just,
I imagine that like the old David Hasselhoff video with the burger on there.
A Hoff.
The Hoff.
The first Nick Fury.
Right.
I like that Nick Fury movie, and the Hoff is a god here.
Yeah, he's popular over there in Europe, man.
Totally, it's like when I grew up. I believe that David Hasselhoff was the reason the Berlin Wall was abolished.
he drove across it with Kit and said, "This wall is done."
Yeah, exactly. The Hoff can do anything. And you gotta watch Star Crash. It's an Italian Star Wars ripoff. And I only say laser sword wielding David Hasselhoff.
All right.
Oh Lord, you see what Sleepy Vita said?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Sleeping on comics and pillows. Man, one of these days I can see it catching up to that.
A bed of slabs and you wake up and everything is broken.
Sleeping on top of my short boxers here pretty soon.
Oh man, yo, man, guys. Actually, I need to mention this, man.
What?
Fallen Angels. Is this Fallen Angels?
I think so.
This issue 1 was very good, man.
That's part of the X-Men, right?
Yeah.
I haven't been getting no X-Men.
I haven't either. Not since House of X, Powers of 10 or whatever.
It was a great read, and it's kind of crazy because
Well, I got a couple of the Marauders, but that was just because they had Storm.
I've never ever in my life read an X-Men book.
Don't.
You know what? Hey,
You don't have to try because it's a long history, man.
I don't like all the crossovers. I've seen the animated series, but it was always like I never was into the X-Men. I like some characters, but like Wolverine is created in Savage Avengers, but an actual X-Men book I've never touched.
Crazy.
All right, that means I got to mail something out for you, man.
There you go.
I got a bunch of Marvel stuff and X-Men stuff I need to mail out to you.
Oh.
I think he also had a very strange translation in German back in the days. I think if he didn't even call it X-Mention, back in the days, it's so fun. The first German translations of Marvel characters, like Iron Man was der Eiserne, Spider-Man was die Spinne, which is basically just the spider. Of course, Thor was Thor because he's a god. He's a god.
I've seen all those books on Instagram because I know some guys over there, like the Dutch and stuff. They post a lot of those for Foreign Comic Friday, and I've seen all those X-Men and Spider-Man books with those exact titles that you just mentioned.
Yeah. So it really sometimes it just translated it 1-to-1, and then they had like quite weird translations. But maybe we can talk about it in the future.
That's perfectly fine, man. But you know what? We're going to end the show, man, because I'm getting hungry.
I think you wanted to end the show 22 minutes ago.
No, we can. You know what?
I'm not tempting you to keep going on. I already see it in your eyes. Like, yeah, I'm ready to get off, man. I love hanging with you guys, but I'm ready to go.
Man, you know what? I had to say that there's a good chemistry here between myself, Thurston, Sean, Jeffrey. This guy, we all rock together. Maybe we gotta keep it doing it again. Maybe once a month, guys. Let's do it once a month. Let's do it, man.
Of course.
What do you think?
For the week.
All right. So with that being said, man, yo, Jeffrey, what you got going on your channel, man? Here it is. I love it.
What's up, boy who had 7? Good to see you, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. My channel, is a little bit of the same old thing.
That's what he does, man. A little bit of here and there. And Matt is in the house. Thank you, Matt, for hanging out for a few seconds because we're going to end this show. Matt's got something going on. The boy who has 7. If you don't know him, feel free to jump on his channel in a few minutes and
celebrate the spirit of Christmas.
Yep.
There it is, man. Thurston knows because he has a notification bell. Bing! So what you got going on, State Post Sean, the master of all 1983?
Well, I'm gonna be on Silver Age Sundays tomorrow. With Jeff, Comic 813, Hialeah, Javi, and them guys. We're gonna have fun. And then on Monday, it's Mortuary Monday. I'm gonna talk about Strike Force Mortuary issue number 4, and I'm probably gonna do a haul video on the rest of the books I got.
Nice, man. Nice. VV, what you got, brother? Let the people know.
Well, today I just uploaded my first comic book haul video on YouTube. I always did it in the past on Instagram, but like I said, it escalated a little bit, and Instagram stories did not have enough time to cover all the books. So also in the future, I will just post my comic book haul videos on YouTube. Then next week, I want to upload a new Eldritch Advice, where I talk about the 2001 adaptation of The Witcher, just before the new series will drop on Netflix. And then also have some plans for some comic book videos. Before Christmas, I also want to talk a little bit about the first Spider-Man and Red Sonja crossover, since that is basically a Christmas book, and that started like in the story in the 22nd of December. And for next year, we'll see.
Nice, man.
Yeah, no, thinking about that haul video, I might do that similar haul video that I did for MegaCon. You remember that, Rod? When I did my MegaCon haul and I threw some hip hop instrumental behind it, and I was going through all the books. I just like, hey, you see the comics and you're gonna nod your head because the beat is addictive.
And that's what I do, man. It's like I hear you guys talking. I'm like something like about my head. I wish I had some music right now, like some Redman. I want some Redman. And dude, man, that's awesome, man. Stay Puft puts out great stuff when it comes to hip hop, man. And at times I'll send him a DM and I'll be like, "Yo, Joel Ortiz, you know."
Is there any sword and sorcery hip hop?
Huh?
Is there any sword and sorcery hip hop?
I don't know. I gotta look it up. It might be in the horrorcore portion of hip hop. It might be, some. I know I've heard mentions of Conan, but this is like very like brief moments and stuff, like swords and sorcery. I know Wu-Tang will bring out some swords, but in terms of sorcery, that's not something that go together with hip hop. But hey.
I'm sure there's gotta be something out there.
But the Man with the Iron Fist, wasn't it like from the RZA from Wu-Tang?
Yeah,
that's an awesome movie. I love that one. It's a
man. I watched that movie a couple of months back, and I posted in my story that scene where that dude get blown up by the arrow when they were shooting those arrows. Man, that was an amazing scene, man. I love that movie.
Brilliant. I love it.
Yeah.
Because I listen not to metal, and of course you got like a lot of sword and sorcery mentions in metal.
Yeah.
All right, man. That's it, man. This is Coast to Coast Comics, man. We've gone an hour and a half, man. I gotta say, thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Kirsten. People from across the pond, my brother, VV, Ranji, and Vigilante. Thank you so much for hanging out. But you know what? Stay tuned tomorrow. We go live again on the Comic Book Community Shout Out Show. Our special guest, he's in the house. Zelos Comics, my Latino brother, will be in the house. We're going to talk about Wolverine, Deadpool, whatever, man. We're going to hang out.
Nice.
Teach me a little bit about those X-Men.
Oh, come on, man. Jeff, you going to come on tomorrow?
I don't know. We'll see. I'll find out.
All right, man. What you got to do right now, hit the notification bell. Let's go to what's this, freaking Matt, the boy who has 7. He's going to go live in about 30 minutes. I got my notification bell. I just seen it. So, with that being said, guys, don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Thank you, guys.
Later, guys.
Gute Nacht.